For the sake of this video, you will need Bigen, a mixing bowl. This is a bowl that I use to mix hair dye. A spray bottle that I use to spray water into the powder product, so that way I don't pour too much. And a brush with a spoolie on the end. And that's what you'll need. Okay, so I just now unboxed my Bigen. But anyways, I always go with the black brown. And this is what comes inside the box. Instructions, of course, the Bigen itself. I guess this is a mixing container, but I don't ever use it. And some gloves. So what I do is, I take my bowl, my Bigen. Okay, usually when I'm making my mixture for my eyebrows, I don't really put too much powder. And literally, you can tint your brows a gang of times with this. Alright, so now that I have the amount that I'm thinking, but I always start with the, the wet side first. Okay, once I notice that I'm gonna need more, I'll grab my spray bottle and I spray. Because as you're doing your eyebrows, it will get thicker. So you want this to be like a gel paste. So, okay, this is close to how you want it, but I'm going to make it a little bit more watery. You do not want it to be too watery, because then it's going to run down your eyebrows, and that's not what you want. You want it to stay in place. So as you mix, it will get darker, and normally what I do is, you see the brush, it has a lot of it. I always wipe off the excess, so that way it has like a narrow tip. Okay, for the sake of this video, I already did my left eyebrow, and now I'm going to apply the Bigen to my right one. Okay, so now I'm going to start applying the Bigen to the right eyebrow. I like to start from the middle with the most product. That way, as I go inward, there's less product on my brush. Another thing I forgot to mention is you will also need a Q-tip, just in case apply too much product or it goes out the line. You can take a wet Q-tip and just wipe it off. With my eyebrows, once I apply the Bigen, a thin layer of Bigen on my eyebrows, I like to apply a second coat and a little bit thicker, so that way I can achieve my darkness. Kind of hard applying Bigen on my eyebrows in this awkward position with this mirror, but the struggle I have to go through just to show you how I tint my eyebrows at home. So now that I completed my right eyebrow, I have to wait an hour. This one has been sitting for an hour, 40 minutes to an hour. The longer you let it sit, the more pigmented your eyebrows will be, and the longer it will last. This right here, normally 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how oily your face gets and how many times you wash it. But here you go. Okay guys, so I've waited approximately 1 hour, and here are my eyebrows. And now I'm going to wipe them off. And what I use to wipe them off is just a regular rag. I typically get a dark rag and hot water. I take the hot rag and I let it sit on the eyebrow for a little bit to soften up the Bigen. And I gradually wipe. You can see it's coming off. And then I just keep doing that until all the Bigen comes off. You can tell when all the dye comes off because there's nothing hard left over. Let's see. Okay, and that one is complete. You see how beautiful that looks? Let's zoom in closer. Look how gorgeous that is. Alright, and now for this one. Same step. Just dab on there, let it sit for a second. Basically allowing the warm water to break down the dye that's hardened. Alright, and here goes my right one. And there you go. This is a tutorial on how I tint my eyebrows at home with a semi-permanent product called Bigen. I use Bigen to tint my eyebrows. And another thing I forgot to tell you to mention, before you apply Bigen or any type of dye on your eyebrows, you have to have a clean canvas, which means you have to wash your face and allow it to dry. Do not put no products on it, because if you have any type of oil on your face, the dye will break down and not tint properly. So make sure you wash your face and apply the dye before you do so. That way you have better results. Also, another thing that's good about these eyebrows is that this will typically last me for 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how oily my face gets and how many times I wash my face. Usually when I do wash my face, I try to dab around this area and not put any soap or any type of exfoliant on there, just so that way it can last a little bit longer. That's another tip. Another thing is, when I apply cream or moisturizer to my face, I try to avoid this area so that way the dye can last a little bit longer. So there you go. Bigen is only $3.88 at Walmart, so you're saving a lot of money. And on top of that, that little bottle, you can tint your eyebrows more than 20 times. I just wash my face, throw on my lashes, and I'm out the door. I don't have to worry about filling in my eyebrows or waking up and one eyebrow's gone and the other one is still there. And with that being said, thanks guys for watching. If you liked the video, please press like, comment if you have any suggestions or any questions about me using the Bigen. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time.